Good evening. My name is Tristan Evans, and I am the owner of Tristan Evans Construction, serving the Pioneer Valley and beyond. My family's roots in Greenfield span 4 generations. My grandparents built their lives here, my parents raised their family here, and I'm proud to be the 3rd generation to call Greenfield home. And today, my children represent the 4th generation growing up in this community. Like many young people from Franklin County, I left home looking for opportunity and experience. For more than a decade, I lived and worked in Colorado, building high-end custom homes in Aspen and Vail, working on projects that demanded extraordinary levels of craftsmanship, precision, and technical expertise. Over the course of a 35-year construction career, I have been involved in some remarkable projects, including work on the Aspen Art Museum, one of the most technically sophisticated timber structures built in North America at the time. Those experiences taught me what happens when design, technology, manufacturing, and craftsmanship come together to solve difficult problems. Eventually, I realized that everything I had spent decades learning could be brought back to Franklin County and utilized to build something that makes sense for people needing housing in this community. I wanted to go home. So I returned to Franklin County. 6 years ago, I founded Tristan Evans Construction. Today, we employ 5 full-time people, operate from a 5,600 square foot production facility in Turners Falls, and have generated approximately $10 million in construction revenue since we began. We're doing the good work, but I'm here to talk about the company we're becoming. About 15 years ago, I became fascinated with geodesic domes. I saw the potential of a building system, a structure built from repeating components that could be fabricated efficiently, assembled systematically, and scaled into something much larger than a single custom project. I became so fascinated by the concept that I bought pipe and built my first dome in the Arizona desert, hammering every connection by hand. Over the years, I studied the geometry, I built prototypes, experimented with fabrication methods, and learned from both the successes and the failures of earlier dome builders. What I discovered is that a dome is more than geometry. It creates spaces that feel open, uplifting, and connected to the natural world. People respond to them differently. They feel inspired by them. And I began to realize that I could produce domes capable of being a repeatable housing system built around efficiency, durability, sustainability, and modern building science with an awe factor. Today, housing affordability remains one of the defining challenges facing our communities. Construction costs continue to rise, builders face labor shortages, young families struggle to find attainable housing. Communities throughout Massachusetts are searching for new solutions. There's no single answer to the housing crisis, but every incremental gain is a step in the right direction. Our solution is a prefabricated geodesic housing platform that combines modern building science, advanced fabrication, sustainable construction, and thoughtful architectural design. The goal is to build a better housing product. What makes this opportunity exciting is that the geometry simplifies complexity. The structure resolves into a small number of repeating components that can be fabricated systematically and assembled efficiently. It creates opportunities for workforce housing, accessory dwelling units, retirement cottages, ecotourism accommodations, and eventually a repeatable housing product manufactured and delivered throughout New England and beyond. Most importantly, we are already seeing demand. Today, we have 6 prospective clients interested in building these homes. Taken together, those opportunities represent more than $2 million in potential project revenue. That's a remarkable position for a new venture to be in. The challenge is not generating interest. The challenge is completing the final stage of development required to move from prototype to production. We already have interested customers, the facility, the team, the construction expertise. What we need now is the ability to finalize the system and convert that interest into signed contracts. Our business model is straightforward. Initially, we will design, fabricate, and construct dome projects through Tristan Evans Construction here in Franklin County and throughout the Pioneer Valley. As the system matures, we intend to evolve towards a manufacturing model with two complementary revenue streams. The first is construction revenue from completed projects. The second is manufacturing revenue from prefabricated housing systems, dome kits, and building components. As the dome business takes shape, it will eventually evolve into a separate company in housing innovation and manufacturing. Where does the $10,000 investment fit in? It acts as catalytic capital. If selected, we will use the funds to construct a dedicated 40-foot by 40-foot prototyping platform at our Turners Falls facility. This platform will allow us to assemble and test full-scale 36-foot dome system, refine engineering details, validate labor assumptions, improve fabrication efficiency, coordinate trade integration, and create the documentation needable for repeatable production. This isn't funding a single building, it's funding the process that allows us to move from concept to prototype to production. The investment reduces risk, accelerates development, and helps convert existing client interest into signed contracts. The impact extends far beyond the prototype itself. Because the work, design, fabrication, construction, and jobs all happen here. As this initiative grows, we anticipate expanding from 5 employees today to a dedicated team of 7 to 10 people focused on fabrication, manufacturing, and construction. We're also pursuing partnerships with Franklin County Technical School and the University of Massachusetts Building Science Program to create apprenticeship and workforce development opportunities. Throughout my career, I have mentored hundreds of workers, carpenter, and tradespeople. Passing knowledge to the next generation is part of the mission of this project. This initiative keeps dollars circulating through local suppliers, tradespeople, engineers, and businesses. Our priorities over the next year are clear. First, we will complete and validate a weather-type prototype system. Second, strengthen the technical foundation through engineering, architecture, and building science collaboration. Third, convert existing client interest into completed projects while refining the manufacturing systems needed for long-term growth. So why me? Because this project sits at the intersection of everything that I've spent my life doing. I've spent 35 years solving construction problems, working on highly complex projects, building teams and businesses, and I've spent years studying how to make dome construction practical, durable, and repeatable. Most importantly, I understand the difference between an interesting idea and a buildable system. This project is not driven by theory, it is driven by experience. And now I have the opportunity to use everything that I've learned to create beautiful homes, local jobs, workforce training opportunities, and new economic activity right here in Franklin County. Why now? Well, because for the first time, all the pieces are in place. The building science, the technology, the manufacturing methods, the customer demand, the facility, the team, and the opportunity are all here. What we need now is the final step that moves us from development into production. Tonight, we're asking you to invest in transforming a local construction company into a regional housing innovation business. And the $10,000 award serves as catalytic capital that helps us to move from development to execution. One of my greatest inspirations has always been Buckminster Fuller, who said, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete." I believe that's exactly the opportunity in front of us, to build a new model for housing, a model that combines craftsmanship, manufacturing, technology, sustainability, and local workforce development, a model that creates jobs and opportunity built right here in Franklin County. I left Franklin County to learn. I came back to build. With your support, we're ready to build what's next. Thank you.